Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and today we're talking about one of my favorite topics. It's Final Faction time here at Retrobot, and this time we've got the Final Faction Arrow ATV Weapons and Armor Upgrade Kit. So I just recorded another video where I talked about the Arrow ATV, which is this right here, and you can see that he's got scope driving him, and this is an all-terrain vehicle. It's got an engine, it's got a seat, it's got a control yoke, it's got headlights and a roll cage, and you can put all sorts of figures on here. It's a lot of fun and it's very cool, but of course, Final Faction is supposed to be like a military team. They go into battle and they fight aliens. And aliens like to zap stuff. So, your Arrow ATV needs some weapons and armor. And that's where the Final Faction Arrow ATV Weapons and Armor Upgrade Kit comes in. So you can see here that they've got the Arrow ATV kind of ghosted out here on the package, and then you can see the shield here in the front, and the battering ram, and the side shields, and then there's some guns here, and then they show you the individual pieces here on the side. If I can get my camera to focus in on it, let's come on, camera, don't let me down. There we go. So we've got, you can see the individual pieces, and now we can see a better, hopefully we can see a better rendition of that. Can we? No, not really. Not really. It just doesn't want to focus in on that. The gloss is something, but okay, but there we go. That's a pretty good view, and of course we've got the same images on the top, and then we've got some gobbledygook on the side, and then we get to the back. And this is one of the things that I really appreciate about Final Faction. This is like 80s style packaging where you look on the back and it tells you all about what you are buying in universe for, what does this represent in the world of Final Faction. And the little thing says, once upgraded with weapons and armor, the Arrow ATV instantly strikes fear into the heart of the Karn. Does it? I'm curious, because I mean, it's really cool and kind of badass, but I mean, does it strike fear? Well, let's just go with it. Let's see. Heart of the Karn. Weapons provide a powerful, high rate of fire, and armor makes the Arrow ATV the ultimate assault vehicle. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, it's, oh my gosh, it is the ultimate assault vehicle. And then it lists the different things that come: the deflector, the engine guard, the barricade bumper, the Gatling blaster, and the automatic artillery guns. My only criticism is that these are obviously the automatic artillery guns. This, I guess, would be the Gatling blaster. The barricade bumper is, I think, here. The engine guards are there, and then I guess this would be the deflector right there. So, I'm just gonna say, hey, you know what? They're doing a great job making this stuff look cool and adding a lot of stuff. It seems like an obvious a slight oversight that they didn't make these pictures in the same order as the words that are describing them, or vice versa, whatever the case. And then they have this spec tech, which is totally Transformers. I mean, it just reminds me so much of the spec tech's meter on the back of every box of Transformers toys that I got when I was a kid. So the packaging is awesome. Let's go ahead and open this up so that we can see what it is that we have. So you open up the box, and you know there's instructions, and we'll file those carefully, and then just not a whole lot more to the box. We don't have big inserts. We don't have foam. We don't tie things down. It's a poly bag in a box that has cool stuff written on it, even if it's not necessarily written in the right order. So here we go. We open up our bag, and there's a warning that tells us that plastic bags are not a toy. They are not a toy. Plastic bags are not a toy. And so we got the guns. So let me put down some guns here, and the engine cover protector thing. We'll take those. The deflector. Huh? The deflector. This is important, okay? You know, you put some Star Trek guys in here, and they're going to be using this for everything. All right? So we do that, and then we've got the battering ram that also seems to have a winch molded into it, so that's important. And then we've got another one of those auto fire guns. And then this is like the Gatling gun, although honestly, those don't look like they're firing Gatling guns. Those just look like, well, maybe a rail gun or something. I don't know. They're shooty. They're shooty. They shoot, and bad guys go, whoa, hey, down with all the shootiness. I'll stop the bad guy stuff, and that's what you hope from your shooty bits. And so we have our ATV here, and we need to put stuff. Stuff goes on ATV. So we've got the battering ram. I like the battering ram. I mean, this is a nice chunky piece of plastic here, and it looks just as good from the underside as it does from the top, which is very cool. I mean, a lot of times with with inexpensive, even with expensive toys, the back, I can't tell you how many modern Transformers, the back sides of the arms and the legs are hollow, and little consideration is given to the underside of a vehicle mode or the back or whatever. But this is going to go in, and you see these little clippy things that just clip in right to the little posts that are right underneath here, and it's just going to clip in right like that, and it's just there. And then we have our deflector, and that is, you see they have the little pipe clips, little molded grabber things, and that's just going to snap right down on there. And I just need to make sure that I get it lined up properly. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, pulled it off. There we go. So let me pull it back on. And there. Yeah. And there. And that goes just like that. And boom. Okay, so that is on there like that. And then we need to have these things, and look at what they've done here. Yeah, they've got like hoses and stuff molded in here, and then they've got their armor bits, and so they've really made it look like it does stuff, that it's integrated into the design. And then there's a fender in here. So now the trick is to get everything lined up, and assuming that I've got it. Is that how it's? Oh, there we go. Okay, so this one goes on this diagonal here. So you see that, and that once you get that, everything else becomes a lot easier. So we snap that on there, and just get that to go like that, and then and there. Look at that. We got that. And then the other one's going to be pretty much the same, except, mirrored. So again, this little bottom clip is going to go on here, and then this is going to go on this upright here. And so you line those two up, and everything else is going to be a lot is going to be pretty easy. So we get that there, and then yeah, all of that just kind of clips right on there. And then of course you want to have the guns on top. Oh, that's cool, and that's nice and snug. I really like that. And then we have our auto guns. Auto guns. Auto guns. And there, yeah. And there it is. There is the completely armored and outfitted Arrow ATV. I like that. Notice what they did here. They made it so that this center gun the guns are placed more narrowly than the outer guns. So they're not running it. Yeah, it's not like they're shooting. Now, granted, you could like have it shoot into that. But let's just say that they have the technology built in that if these are aimed at the gun in front of them, they don't fire. Let's just that there's enough engineering going on that they would do that to prevent it, or they have people driving these things that are smart enough not to shoot their own guns. Either way, I'm okay with it. But that's the Arrow ATV. Let me put it on the other camera so that you can really see it in all of its awesomeness. So there we go. And look at that. That is such a cool looking thing. I mean, honestly, the Arrow ATV is a cool vehicle. It is a cool vehicle on its own. You get the ATV, you put lots of guys on there and have them hanging off and stuff, and it's cool. But when you add this, it really makes it far more substantial. And these pieces, okay, so I've noticed, this is something that I noticed with my other one, and this one has it too. This front bumper does come off easily. It comes off easily. Is that a manufacturing flaw? It could be just because those clips are very tiny and there's a lot of bumper here. And that goes into what I was just about to say. These parts, they are solidly molded. All right, in a lot of injection molded toys, and especially a lot of higher end toys, they won't solid mold things. What they'll do is they'll have things molded so that that pieces are done in halves, and then they're hollowed out so that you get consistent wall thicknesses. At least they try to get consistent wall thicknesses throughout the whole thing. And that reduces the amount of plastic that they're using in each part, which saves money. And it also helps to make the parts more consistent. When they harden in the molds, it helps to prevent warping. So it's something that you don't see a lot of in toys, but these are molded solid. The figures, their arms, their legs, they are solid all the way through. These weapons that come with the characters are molded solid, and the panels here are molded solid. So they are a little bit beefier, a little bit weightier, and that also makes them pretty strong and pretty resilient. Now, in the case of this front bumper, I think that means that it's a heavy part being held on by two very, very little plastic clips, so it's easy for that to come off. Now, it doesn't just fall off while it's rolling, but you can see that when I mess with it, okay, now it's not doing it. But it has come off pretty easily in the past, and so that's just a minor criticism, or is it a criticism, or is it just me letting you know about the thing? So there it is. It is really cool. You can still take this thing and you can still put people on it. We can get Steel here, and he can be hanging off the side. Wait here, let's get Steel here. and have him hanging off the side, and we'll get Shift here, and we'll put her on the back here, and maybe I can get two of these, you know, get two of them on the back at the same time. And so, and we'll let her hold one of these guns. You know, maybe she's like helping to fire that thing. There we go. So yeah, we get her to peg in there. And Steel, get back on there. Don't make a liar out of me, Steel. All right, here. We're gonna move that out of the way, and just put your leg forward and your arm there. There we go. All right. So, and Shift. Don't fire the guns into the back of Steel's head. That's considered rude, and that's not very teamworky. All right. So here. I'm overcomplicating things. I know that I'm overcomplicating things. I'm aware of the problem, so that's the first step to solving it, right? And then we'll take Steadfast and we'll put him over here, and you know they've got these little pegs on the back of the ATV that the characters can put their feet in. So yeah, he can be like that, and yeah, there we go. So you know you can have a bunch of dudes or dudettes just kind of hanging on the Arrow ATV and rolling into battle and being like, and blowing everything up. But yeah, there it is, the Arrow ATV with the weapons and armor, and you know that's just fun. You know, there's no way around it. That is just fun. It is cool. It is fun, and honestly, you can have a lot of fun with this for very little money. It just is. So yeah, that is the Arrow ATV weapons and armor pack. If you got the Arrow ATV and you see the upgrade kit, buy the upgrade kit. It's gonna be like $1 or $1.25 or something like that. I mean, it's worth the extra buck and change to make it look like this. And also, you know, when you're playing with it, then, you know, you can be in battle and things can be like, and then, oh no, my armor came off. Yeah, it blew through the armor, but the vehicle's still going. And you know, like you know, oh no, I lost my front bumper, but I'm still going because I'm tough. It took the hit like it's supposed to, and that's cool. So yeah, you know, this is just it's a box full of fun for not a lot of money, and just so that you know, I need to point this out because I'm always gushing over Final Faction. I love the series. I love the whole concept of the line. I love everything about it, and I just want to point out that I am not affiliated with Dollar Tree or Family Dollar or Final Faction. I have nothing to do with them. I am not sponsored by them. Doesn't mean that I couldn't be, though. You know, guys, ringy dingy, let's work something out, because I mean, you know, I'm perfectly happy to tell people how awesome this stuff is. So, you know. But aside from that, the Arrow ATV weapons and armor pack, it really is. It's just a lot of fun for not a lot of money. And if you're into toys, if you've got family members that are into toys, if you've got some young ones and you would like them to have like an entire set of really cool stuff, and you don't want to have to spend a crap ton of money like you do on pretty much every other toy line out there, then this stuff is fun and imaginative. It's really hard to go wrong. So yeah, huge recommend from me. And so, yeah, that's it. If you like this video, then please subscribe to the channel. We're small and we're trying to grow. So subscribe, click the notification bell so that you will know when we do Short Circuits videos like this one, or even our live streams, which typically happen every Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern United States time. Click the thumbs up and all that good stuff. This is Clay telling you to keep it Retrobot! Yeah! Final Faction, vehicles. I want to see more vehicles. Final Faction, guys, I want more vehicles. I want a motorcycle. Maybe I'll build a motorcycle. I've got enough ATV parts. I could build a motorcycle. I might have to build a motorcycle. That may be the next thing that happens here. We'll see. Wouldn't a motorcycle be cool? I think it would be cool.